such a large shrimp, and it was caught on a small hook and thrown into the sea as bait. Do you think that's shocking enough? No, he has prepared a whole box of shrimp like this, and in the next 10 minutes, he will put them all on palm-sized hooks and toss them into the sea, one by one. What is it trying to catch with such a huge investment? The answer will be revealed soon. The sea was rough on a cloudy day, so the guy waited until it cleared up before starting to sort out his fishing gear. He methodically reeled in the line, quickly bringing up a large brown fish. It turned out to be a feisty grouper, with its mouth wide open as if it hadn't had enough of the big shrimp. But now, it was only destined for death. After handling it, the guy was delighted to see that it weighed at least 5 kilograms. To catch such a large fish on the first try, he had already covered the cost of the bait. He was really lucky and needed to release the water gate quickly so this big fish wouldn't die. After removing the hook, he set up the next line. When it pulled through the line, he realized this fish was also significant and promptly walked to the bow of the boat to exert more power. Given the tension in the line, the large object below must be very strong. But the guy, who had learned to fish before learning to talk, wasn't afraid of this. He cast his arm and quickly pulled up the unruly fish. Another grouper came into view, and with its tender, expensive flesh, it was a pleasure to catch two in one go. Seeing the good haul, he quickly moved on to the next line. After years of fishing, his expression had become colder than a fish slicing knife. In no time, another grouper was caught. Could it be that he had stumbled upon the grouper's lair? However, he wouldn't get tired as long as the catch was worth it. Even if every catch was a grouper, it was fine, but perhaps due to overstretched luck, the next 7 or 8 hooks were empty, and 7 or 8 large live shrimp were wasted. Only after reaching the 5th or 6th line did he finally feel the pull on the line again. He immediately reacted by sharply pulling up the line, and soon a large fish surfaced from the seabed. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be another grouper, unusually aggressive. It put on quite a show by the boat before exhausting itself, and was finally hauled on board. He couldn't help but laugh despite himself. Though it was expected, catching a big grouper 3 times in a row was almost as unlikely as retiring in one go. This one was even bigger than the previous 2. Together, the 3 weighed around 20 kilograms, covering not only the cost of the sea trip but also making a good profit. So, will his luck continue? The answer is yes, and it keeps coming like a relentless diarrhea. This time, it dragged out a red grouper, which is more elongated compared to the regular grouper and is rarer and more expensive due to breeding difficulties. Even seasoned fishermen rarely see one. So today is really lucky, and the next few catches were still large groupers, each weighing no less than 5 kilograms. Now the guy needs to quickly sell the fish while they are still fresh. After weighing them at the market, he got 5,400 Philippine pesos, although it's a considerable amount for one day's haul. I think he might have earned more. What do you think? The guy is generous as well. He took a live bass, hooked it, and threw it into the sea. They prepared a whole bucket of such bait and cast it all out with clean arms. Although bass are not expensive, a whole bucket still costs a lot. Can they really guarantee that they will break even today? Let's see. Soon, the fishing line started shaking violently. The fisherman quickly pulled the line. At first, he handled it easily, but suddenly, the big fish seemed to realize what was happening and started to struggle wildly. Within seconds, the fisherman's hand went numb from the strain. Fortunately, his years of fishing had made him used to this pain. He tirelessly exerted force to pull the line, and finally brought the fish to the side of the boat after 5 minutes. The guy next to him, unable to wait any longer, used a spear to hook the big fish. It was surprisingly heavy, feeling like at least 15 kilograms. No wonder it took so much effort to pull it up. Examining it on the boat, everyone was thrilled to see it was a grouper over half a meter long. This weight is valuable and doesn't need to be released, so it quickly covered the cost of today's bait. What kind of luck is this? With this initial victory, the guy continued to scatter the bass into the sea. What will the next catch be? The bait and even fully sunk when the line felt a pull. The guy remained calm. He controlled the line with one hand and, when the big fish started to struggle, pulled the line with both hands to smoothly haul in a large catch. Another grouper. This one was even bigger than the previous one, weighing at least 20 kilograms. As he was about to grab its tail to flip it over, the fish twitched as if it had stepped on an electric wire, probably excited by the nearby companions. But it soon settled down like the others. As a high-end ingredient, this fish has high protein content, and is crispy on the outside and tender on the inside when fried. Whether for selling or eating, it's very valuable. Now that he has easily caught more, the fisherman was so happy he took several photos before tossing them into the box, quickly filling the water tank, and the guy's harvest was far from over. Soon, he had another catch. He vigorously shook the fishing line, making the still-lit bass run around to tire it out. This method proved effective. After 3 minutes, the fish jumped out of the water. This fish was much more cunning than the big grouper. The guy pulled several times before grabbing its tail. Lifting it head down, he found it was a 40-centimeter sea wolf fish, though mainly used for ornamental purposes. This fish is also rare and delicious. Additionally, it is known for being fierce. To prevent it from reviving, the guy immediately knocked it out with a stick. In just 1 hour, the large fish plus other small fish made their total catch exceed 100 pounds. Guess how much these fish would sell for in India? Drop your guesses in the comments. Follow me to discover a new world every day.